It's me again, Ethel. Well, y'all, this has been one sort of a week. You're not going to believe what all has happened this week. Hey, Peter, popped right in here. I posted a short. I didn't know if anybody would see it or not, just to kind of remind folks. I haven't been getting a whole lot of folks coming in on my lives lately. Thank God for you guys that are consistent with me. We'll give it a few seconds, try to get somebody to come in. And if they don't, it'll just be me and you. Well, there's Shannon Norris, I think. What does that say? Norris? Noss. Hey, Shannon. Oh, I don't know if I know you, Shannon. There's Sheila. Hey, Sheila. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Shannon. I'm just an old lady. Hey, wait. We've been working hard today. Joey and I both worked at swapping out the bush hogging in the back pasture. He did more than I did, guys. I'll tell y'all. We had went to town this morning, and picked up groceries and stuff. And to make it really short, to make things short, let's see. I'm sweating still, guys. I'm sorry. Got the air on the house, but you can't tell that I rushed. My hair is still a little damp. Hey, Havita, how are you? Yeah, good gracious. We came back from town and we went to a buffet and ate, and I ate more than I should have. And then I had a big piece of pie. Well, it wasn't pie, it was strawberry cake. Cake was a little dry, but it was still edible. There's JTG. Hey, I don't know if I've seen you before. I don't think so. Yeah, anyway, so we got back and Joey says, well, he's going to go out and bush hog. Rosie's in heat again, guys. She doesn't breed. She's bred, I couldn't tell you how many times now, but Casper is having heart failure. Oh, you have a YouTube channel. Is this your channel name? JTG? Number one, is that your channel name? If it is, I'll write it down and check it here in a few minutes when my live's over. Get me a piece of paper because I'm always forgetting to do that. There it is. Let's see. Hey, Christy, how are you, hon? Okay, JTG. Number one. All right, got you wrote down, sweetie. I'm not sweating. We had a cold front come through today. Ooh, dropped down in the 60s. Oh, well, it's been cooler here. It hadn't been quite as humid. Thank God for that. It was in the it was around top 80s and right around 90 today, which has been 10 degrees cooler than we've been having it, guys. Yeah, I got tickled. We come back and Joey went out there to bush hog. Well, I got to feeling bad because I was sitting in here done curled up with my book and playing a game on my laptop. And I said, well, I got to go out there or on my little tablet. And I said, I'm going to go out there and see if I can help him. So I took him a bottle with some ice water in it. And I told him, I said, here, let me do it for a while and I'll give you a break. Okay, Christy says she's glad to have this cool tire. Oh, she's tried this cool weather. Yeah. Well, anyway, we got it all done. Joey come in late. He didn't get in the house until 7:30, 7:45, and we were rushing then, to try to get through and get the animals fed, and both of us get a shower and all, and get the dogs put up before we could get in here and get live because that crazy Casper has barked till I am absolutely wanting to put in earplugs or to muzzle him or something. I don't know what I'm going to do because we've been taking her out. We can let Rosie outside without the chickens being killed. But Casper gets out there. He wants to demolish the darn chickens. So anyway. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, you guys hit that thumbs up if you come in and out, because it helps me get seen out there, guys. Helps me get seen. I'm working on another video, guys. Hopefully I'll get it out tomorrow. If not, it'll be the day after. She's got a cat driving her crazy. Christy, me and you got problems with these animals, haven't we? You know, Joey and I talked about it. We may go ahead and take her and get her fixed, because that way we wouldn't be going through this with Casper. But, you know, she's already, if I had thought about it when we had her kidney stone taken out, I'd have had them go ahead and fix her at the same time, but I just did not think about it, guys. And now I'm wishing I had them. You know, because that was quite expensive, and they wouldn't have charged a whole lot more just to snip that and be done with it. But anyway, you know, that's the way it goes. Oh, Chrissy. Hey, Demoose, how are you? Let me grab my paper. You know, I can't remember people's names, so I made me a little list of some of the folks that comes in here, so I can, if I don't remember your names, I'll try to write them down, or if I don't know your name, and I don't know if I know your name. Do I know your name? Let's see if I see it. Yeah, Glenn. I was thinking it was Glenn. Okay. Lord. Is this the same one as 1829? Or the barbecue and outdoor adventures? Is this just another spinoff from that channel, or did you change your name? And there's New Horizons and Beyond. Hello. Let me see, get my spectacles on here. Let's see. Yes, rebranded. Okay, I'll have to change your name. Outdoors and Beyond. Write it down, because I won't remember it, guys. And when I end it, my things disappear, so I can't see what's going on, guys. I don't know how to stop that from going away. So I have to write stuff down during the middle of all this. Oh, there's Bear Truth 01. Hello. How are you? I don't think I've remembered seeing you in here. I'm glad to see you. Hey, and there's Tamara. How are you? Okay, she's back. The cat has done something. Okay, guys. Well, anyway, we got the back done, guys. Oh, let me tell you all about our week. Well, we decided that we wanted to go down to Navarro Beach, which is about 4 hours away, really and truly, by the time you get in the traffic and actually get to the beach. It's about 4 hours away from the house. We figured we would just ride down on Wednesday and spend the night and spend the day at the beach. Well, we went down there. The car was making a ticking noise. It started making a ticking noise. So we decided, we spent the evening, all Wednesday afternoon, on up until sunset at the beach, guys. Tried to push pop from 2 days ago. It wasn't very good. I bet it wasn't, hon. Yeah, I don't imagine that would be very good. I just came off Bushcraft's channel. Oh, thank you for coming over. Good to see you. Yeah, that's some good friends of people that I've met along the way at different YouTube meetups and that kind of thing. Anyway. But anyhow, so we decided, we spent the night, And we got up the next morning. Joey says, well, you want to go on back to the beach or what do you want to do? And I says, no. I said, I'm just tired and, we got stuff going on. Let's just go on back home. So we started back home. We were about an hour, 45 minutes away. And Joey says, I'm getting sleepy. You feel like driving? And I says, yeah, I'll drive. So we pulled over and I started driving. Of course, I had to be driving, guys. You know how that goes. It's always the woman that tears something up, right? Well, the car really went to making a noise and something was backfiring. I thought it was the tractor trailer truck, beside us. And Joey said, what's that noise? I said, I think it's this truck over here. Now I'm driving down the road, 70 mile an hour on the interstate coming home. And so the truck rides on ahead of us and he's flying. So I said, no, it must not have been that truck. Well, there was another one on the left side. We were in 3 lanes of traffic. There was one on the right side of us. This first one was on the left side. So the one on the right side was up ahead of us. And I said, well, maybe it was that truck over there. Then I let off and it really went to going brrr. Joey says, no, there's something wrong. He said, pull off up here. Well, I said, we're in all this traffic. I said, can I make it to the next exit? I said, it's an exit a mile up the road. He said, yeah. I said, go ahead. Well, you know how that goes. Okay, y'all, if you have not checked out JTG, see there, I'm dyslexic, guys. Check out his channel, number 1. Check out his channel. Guys, if you like it, give him a thumbs up. Hit a subscribe, whatever. Hey, Jesus is Lord. Deb, right? Am I right? Okay. He's just started then. Says, let's get him to 10 subscribers, y'all. Yeah, let's do that. Be nice to help him out with that. Just getting started and all. Anyhow, guys, we got pulled off, but the exit sign was not right. It was a way station. It was talking about a way station. So we made it about another 1.5 miles up the road and we actually came to an exit. And we pulled off, and sure enough, it was a collapsed lifter, I believe. Well, we couldn't call anybody. I mean, everybody we knew that we could call that Mike could come get us with something, that far away. We said, well, let's ease it on up the road, and we'll drop it off at the Chevrolet place because it's an Avalanche. So we eased it on up the road, made it in to call Joey's brother. He come and picked us up at the Chevrolet place. Ford place, Chevrolet place, they're all together right there. Anyhow, all of them are King, Ford, Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, GMC, whatever. It's a whole big, huge dealership right there. Okay, thank you. He says he'll give a shout out to his first 10 subscribers, guys. You'll get there. That's right. Moose Outdoor Adventures says he needs 4 more subs to make 100. Okay, I'll have to check you out. I don't know. I should be still subscribed to your, if you changed the channel, or do you have 2 now? I'll have to check it out. But I got it wrote down, guys. I got it wrote down. So I'll be there for you. Anyhow, guys, so we got the car down there. Well, they called today $9,000. Holy moly, guys. $9,000. I said, how in the world? We're going to have to take money out of savings. How in the world do people that make, minimum wage or $15 an hour? It's an old truck. I mean, it's an old Avalanche, but it didn't have it 130,000 miles on. I'm going, how in the world? And back 100 years ago, you just, 100 years ago, back when I was younger, 25 years ago even, you just pulled it out there and They rebuilt stuff. Nobody rebuilds motors around here anymore. We checked with 3 or 4 different places, and nobody will rebuild a motor. It's just, you get shade tree mechanics that say they'll do it, but you don't really know what's going on there, guys. But that's just the way it goes. But we anyway, so yeah, I just I mean, thank God we have the money in savings, but holy cow. How do young people nowadays make it? Joey says, well, if they don't live with their mom and daddy, they have to buy a clunker car, and if it tears up, they usually just save up enough money and go buy them another clunker because you can't afford to fix that one, I said, holy cow, how on earth? I know things were, it was tight back when we were kids. And, you really had to struggle, but holy moly. Yeah, I mean, it's just unbelievable. $9,000. The truck is not even valued at $9,000, guys. If it was in excellent shape. I mean, and it is. It looks nice, but it's got a couple of scrapes here and there and dings, and I mean, it's not tore up or anything. It doesn't have bad seats. As far as that goes, it looks real nice. But, it's just an old truck, you would think. It's not even valued. The lowest price is like $6,800. The highest price is like $8,200, $8,600. I'm going, holy cow. Really, Chrissy? You understand exactly on a limited income, don't you, girl? Oh, yeah. Mechanics don't want to do work anymore. That's exactly it. They just replace. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to replace the motor that's in there with a brand new motor. Give us a three-year or 1,000-mile warranty. Well, in 3 years, we probably won't have 30,000 miles on that motor. And unless I'm going on a YouTube meetup, we don't go nowhere but to West Point and LaGrange once or twice a year. We might go to the beach 4 hours away. It's not like we travel a whole lot. And, I'll go to the animal sale every once in a while, but holy manoli, it's just ridiculous. I thought it was crazy when you couldn't even buy wheel cylinders and stuff like that. You couldn't redo them. You could just have to buy everything. It's all one unit now on vehicles. When I had that dually, every time we got to use it, guys, it was another $4,000 or $5,000. I said, to heck with this thing. That's why I sold it in the big camper. Coco, you got 5 more, Demoose. You'll get over that 100, bud. Yeah. But anyhow, guys, so it's just one thing. If it ain't one thing, it's 10. That's just the way it is. And of course, Joey, I said, well, I'm glad I wasn't off on one of my trips. Joey says, no, but you was driving. He can't admit that it might have just been going to happen. Of course, he's teasing me, but he's always giving me a hard time. He says, no, you can't ride the lawnmower anymore because you tear up everything. You run into stuff. I mean, holy cow, he just don't like the way I mow the lawn. He says, I get out there and just go crazy with it. I said, well, it's mowed. It's all cut down when I get through. And it's all done at one time, So anyhow, that's just the way it goes. Anyway, guys. But we had a good time while we were in Florida, and I videoed the sunset there, and that was nice. Got to see a lot of turtles and some dolphins swimming and showing out in the water. As I was walking out, I had these 2 little guys. They were probably mid to late 30s, I guess. I say 2 little guys. I think of everybody younger than 50 as kids. You know how that goes. But anyway, they were talking to me on the way out, and they were telling me about a place that we need to go. Okay, Bear Truth, I live in Georgia, and you can probably tell it from this punk accent I got, or hick accent as it is. That's what everybody says. Just country, honey. I am as country as they come. And where do you live? Fair truth. Can't find my channel. Oh, Javita or somebody, will y'all post my channel so that he can get it? It's been a long time since you've been to Navarro Beach, Christy. I bet you miss it sometimes, don't you? Yeah, we used to go to Panama City all the time. And after I started going to Navarro, I said, to heck with this. It's a lot shorter distance from the house. And I don't like all that traffic and all the 18-year-olds, 16s to 20-year-olds that's running up and down the strip hollering and screaming and all that in Panama City now. So I said, to heck with that. We're going to Navarro. It's a whole lot easier. And I can get a motel a lot cheaper too down there. My kids have a house down there in Crestview, which is about 40 minutes away. But they've got it rented out right now, or at least while they're in Ohio. JT, he can't find my channel either. It is very nice. It's a very nice beach. It's got several long piers that go out into the ocean that you can walk out. I mean, they charge you a little fee to go. You're supposed to pay a fee to go out there. A lot of people don't, but you're supposed to pay a fee. It's not but a couple of dollars. You can actually pay to fish there, and they'll give you, you can fish. Don't have to buy a license while you're down there or anything. Christy said she grew up going to Panama City. Yeah, we did too. Not grew up. We only went to Panama City one time when I was a kid, until I was grown and married. The next time I went, I was grown and married. There it is. There you go. Javita just posted it. It's listed as The Rambling Peach. If you look, just hit the go-to search thing and you'll find it as that, or that's my channel right there if you want to click on it and go. Anyhow, yeah, we enjoyed ourselves. You know how that goes. I've been thinking about going out and putting some more stuff in my little garden beds. It was so doggone dry and earlier in the year that you just could not, it was terrible. Christy said they paid $50 a week to stay in a cottage at Laguna Beach next to Panama City. Probably a couple of thousand a week. Now, you're not kidding. Yes, it is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, my kids are going this Labor Day weekend or whatever. They're going to, my oldest daughter and her boyfriend are going to, should have known it was George. All I had to do was look at your name. Hey, there you go. That's why I come up with it. And my channel is just rambling around about a little bit of everything, hon. I have gardening. I got animals. I do a little camping, cooking, just whatever, a little bit of crafts, just a little bit of this and that and everything. And sometimes I put in some of my little herb wisdom, things that are good for you and that kind of thing. So I hope you will check it out and maybe you'll subscribe to me. I'd appreciate it. Javita said she went grocery store shopping today. The steaks looked really good, but it's $15 a pop. Hey, you know what? I had this girl tell me one time, she was talking about her husband, and she says, why would I give up? Why would I settle for ground beef when I've got prime rib at home? She was talking about, some people had been talking about her because she was fooling around with somebody, and she told me that. And I said, well, honey, there's a lot of things you can do with that ground beef that you can't do with prime rib. And she just turned her nose up and walked off. I wasn't going to say I know she was fooling around, but I mean, you'd see her car down there at the guy's house every time we rode by there, It wasn't very long after that she ended up divorced too, guys. Anyway, yeah, a little bit of canning, a little bit of preserving, not a whole lot. I think I've got 1 or 2 videos on there. I probably should do more. I just have not done it. I was going to put some on doing my pickles, and I don't even know if I videoed while I was doing my all my figs that I put up this year, guys. I didn't even think about it. You know how it is when you get busy and you got a lot of stuff to do. I forget to get the doggone camera out until I'm done half through, and then I'll think, I should have videoed this. Just brain dead, you know. You get in such a hurry when you got a million things to do. Chrissy said her daughter and family are going to Myrtle Beach. Cool. Yeah, I don't know how far away it is for you, Chrissy, but it's quite a ways from here. It's probably an 8-hour drive, and that's if you don't do any lollygagging. You don't stop and eat or go to the bathroom more than once, maybe, and that kind of thing. You can't stop for gas and all that. You got to hit the road and go. So it's interesting. It's a beautiful place, though. They go out there every year. They have a couple that live about an hour away from there, maybe hour and a half, something like that. And they rent the same big old country house that's right on the ocean. Well, it's not even it's part of the ocean. I guess it's a lagoon off of the ocean. And they rent this big old house, and they just have a big get together with a bunch of folks that they went to school with and friends and all that. And they'll probably be 4 or 5 couples, 6 couples in this house. And they barbecue and go out in a pontoon boat and just have them a good old time. Oh, they live in Ohio now. So it's probably just as close, or maybe even closer for them, guys. Yeah. There's probably a lot closer, in fact. My granddaughter, you know, they were shutting down North Carolina this, was it last week? Because of storm, the hurricane coming in. Well, I was worried about her. Ballistic jam. Let's hope not, huh? Oh, Lord. But anyhow, talking about the granddaughter, I called her and I says, don't be going to the beach. Because it's a bunch of kids out there. I say kids. I mean, they're anywhere from 18, I guess, to 30. And they're all drinking, partying, and probably all of them smoke pot and, whatever. It's just a big party. And, I don't care. That's their life, They don't have any obligations. None of them are married, any of that kind of stuff. So anyway, they're out there having them a good old time. And some of them do that surfing. Some of them are from other states and other countries even that work there. And hey, Amy, just saw you, hon. Good to see you. So anyhow, they all out there. And she sent me back a text, and I said, they're shutting it down up there. They got what do they call that? Emergency evacuations and all that. She said, oh, that's an hour below us, Mama. You ain't got nothing, or Nana, you ain't got nothing to worry about. I said, okay. Well, I could just see them all out there surfing and getting in that storm, for the surf. She can't surf. She has a hard time standing up on her. She's just got to where she can stand up on her darn, what do you call that, paddle board she's got. Guys, let's see. Oh, what is going on with you, Amy, by the way? David had a late day, just now cleaning his dishes. Done now. Well, I'm so glad you're in here checking us out anyway. I do that, I'll be listening to other people's lives and all she knows is they're leaving on Friday. Okay, what beach are y'all going to, Amy? Are y'all going south? Are you going off of Georgia? Or are you going on down into Florida or what? Or do you even know? You're just along for the ride too, girl. Okay, come on back. Sounds like fun, though. Never been to the beach. 84 years old. He's going to love it. He's going to love it. Anyway. But, oh, Lordy. Call me sometime, girl. I try to call you every once in a while. You don't ever answer the phone. Of course, you know we're on different work schedules or sleeping schedules. Oh, I hope Bob is doing good. Tell him I said hey. But anyhow, folks, to get back to the life of things, I had a friend call us. One of our friends' sons called us the other day and said he had a bunch of canoes that he was getting rid of. The nice fiberglass canoes, had 6 of them. He said one of them's got a piece of plexiglass in it, and he said the last time we took it out, it was leaking. He says, you may not want to take it. I said, well, okay. So I went and got them, guys, because he was going to leave them because he was moving. He was just going to leave them there. And I said, no, I'll come get them. I said, kids don't want them. None of the kids want them or whatever. Heck, we'll just pile up and go to, I'll put them on Facebook Marketplace or something. Somebody will enjoy them. No point in just leaving them here for them to be hauled off, And so we got 5 fiberglass canoes, guys. They're really nice. They came with all the paddles, the little life preserver seats, and also the guy that had lived there had he did a lot of like river and lake. We got West Point Lake just right here. So he did a lot of lake cleanup and had those little grabbers that he could reach out and get, and also had poles that you could reach out a long distance and pull something toward you. So I thought that was just cool as it could be. So we're going to be getting rid of those things here before long if none of the kids want them. I've contacted the grandkids and told them about it. They're supposed to be letting me know, guys. There was another thing that has been going on around our house. And Amy says they're going to the Panhandle. Panhandle sounds like Florida. Sounds like Florida to me. Oh, JTG says he knows how to surf. Well, good for you. Yeah, talking about that, JT, my granddaughter has worked at Yellowstone National Park. She's worked here in the Outer Banks. She's worked at a bunch of these places that young people go. She wants to start work in the winter at one of the ski resorts. I don't know if she's going to do it or not. So we're going to see. And he says he's pretty good at standing up on the board. Tommy was a runner in the Special Olympics, and he is so sweet. I would love him. I bet I would. Once I went from the top of the ocean, like 3 foot top of the ocean, like 3 foot wave. Yeah, really, that would make good content. You guys have to do some videos when you're out doing roundabout and skateboarding or doing whatever it is you do to have fun, you and your friends. That would be cool. People like to see, just what's going on out there in the world. I may swim like... I'm so old and out of shape now that I bet you I couldn't swim to the barn and back. It would probably kill me. Surfing would make good content. Yes, it sure would. Just have to find somewhere with a good waves and do a flip video. Yeah, that would be cool, guys. You know what would be really cool is if you could put it on, how they have these mounts, and you could have a waterproof one, of course, and have it mounted out in front of you on the surfboard, and have someone out there in the water that could video, plus it could maybe a GoPro, and it would be videoing you as you went through those waves or did a flip. That would be really cool. I don't think I've seen that. I've watched a lot of those. Creasy said her little sister did Special Olympics for a while. Wow, cool. Yeah, I like to support stuff like that. I do a lot of support with like St. Jude and, of course, breast cancer research, that kind of stuff, People that really need it, ones that really need it. Because those kids, especially when they are having to take all those treatments and the chemo and all, it's just horrible, horrible. And at least they've got it set up to where they give them so much money at like gift cards like for Walmart and that kind of thing, so that they can just go and eat anything they think they can eat, you know. And it's just so sad, guys. It's so sad what you know what those kids go through. It's amazing at how resilient they are. One of my youngest daughter's friends had cancer and had leukemia, and she was out there at St. Jude for quite a while. And she's cancer free so far in life, has a couple of kids. Just saw her the other day at the vet. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I know how I would be swimming like a rock too, because I would give out. I'd have to roll over and float my little fat butt up and down the creek wherever the tide took me or the waves took me would be just it, you know. Hope something didn't eat me before then. Check out our young friend, JTG, flipping on a board, y'all. We will. Cannot flip on a board. I can do a flip off the ground. Oh, you're doing better than us, hon. I have never, and I could do the cartwheels and that kind of stuff and the parallel bars and all, but I never could convince myself to roll completely over to do a flip. I've tried a lot, landed on my butt, on my back, on my head. I finally said, to heck with this, I'm not going to be able to do it. My sister could do all that stuff. Yeah, Amy's dad ran in the Olympics. I don't know what year it was, but he came in second place, something in the Olympics, Amy? I can't remember now. It's amazing, you know. And her mom was an airline stewardess, so they just had the life, guys. Have a neighbor with Down syndrome, graduated, and is an awesome young man. Had a second cousin who lived to be 23 who was wheelchair bound from birth. God's people, you're not kidding. We had a good friend that dove off of Weadkey Creek Bridge here right in high school. Got out of school one day and went out there right before graduation and dove off a board, dove off of one of the bridges and into Weadkey Creek and ended up paralyzed from the neck down. He had just a little bit of movement in one arm. He could move it just a little bit, and that was it. He lived like that till he passed away just a while back. So that was 35, 40 years he lived like that. It's super sad. No, it wasn't that many. Probably 25 years. 25, maybe 30 years. But it's just so sad to think about, you know. You just don't think about it when you're young. I can think about some of the things that we used to do, crazy things, and I'm just, it's just amazing, you know. Cindy had Downs and lived to be 57 4 years ago with Alzheimer's. I was her caregiver for the last 17 years. Well, bless your heart. It's sad, and it's so good to have all those memories, but it's so sad to lose people like that. One of my grandsons is autistic, so I understand. Of course, he's high functioning autistic. He's kind of like the Rainbird guy. You know, he's functioning. You know him. He can talk, carry on. Super, super smart. Great with math. He wants to be an entomologist. Cannot read a word on paper. Cannot read a word. He has a special pen that he can take a textbook or whatever, and he can run it across there. And it will read all the words for him. And it's almost like he can remember what they say. Amy said that she had a cousin who was a star in the Special Olympics. Tommy was diagnosed with cancer. Oh, that's sad. Sad. Yeah, we have a very good friend of ours that we hung out with forever. Just let us know that he has cancer. And he said that they hoped that they had caught it early, that he had caught it early. He was just doing those colonoscopies, and you know how it is when you turn 65 or so. He and I are the same age, and he said, I'm 66. I think he's right about 66. He was just doing one of those routine checkups, and doggone, they found it. And we sure hope so, you know. But sad, sad day. Anyway. Yeah. So have to send me a picture of him, Amy. And maybe I can send him a text. Does he have a phone? Anyway. But guys, so we're just glad that we're still kicking. We made it home one more time, even if the car didn't. I was teasing Joey. I said, there, and I went out the door, and he's parked in my parking spot. No, the carport is big enough for all our vehicles, but he's just never parked his under there. I looked out, and he's got his truck parked out there. I said, don't be getting used to this. Oh. Oh, yeah, really and truly. Really and truly. You know, if you go and you walk in any of these cancer walks, or if you do any of the Special Olympics work, helping those kids, it's just amazing to see them light up, especially the kids that are really bad. To be, even if they don't come in any order, if they're the very last ones, just see that they make it, that they can run their route or swim or roll their wheelchair or whatever it is. It's just amazing to see their faces just light up. You could just see the joy in them. I just wish I could see the joy in things like that now. You know, it's just amazing how kids in general, but especially children with special needs, they just show it, just glows on them when they accomplish something. Oh, Tamara says they finally got rain today and the temperatures have dropped. Yeah, we're hoping that the temperatures stay dropped because Joey's old truck doesn't have air conditioning. And I'm not used to having to ride around in the vehicle with no air conditioning, y'all. I'm fat and old, and I'm used to the luxuries of life. It's tough around here. Okay, JTG, he's going to be right back. I was thinking about that today, guys. You know, the kids, we don't see them. My grandkids that live right next door to us, we're always up here, and they'd say, oh, don't say cool, Nana, that ain't in anymore, and stuff like that. And Joey and I were talking today, and I said, are you picking up what I'm putting down? He just cracked up laughing. And, you know, it's the same way. That's exactly right. Christy thought she won just for participating. And you know, those kids that get in that, and the people that take the time to work with the special needs kids, it's a blessing. You've got to really enjoy that. And those people are going to have a special place in heaven. I truly believe that. Special Olympics is the Olympics. That's right. There's people that can get out there and run these cross countries and all that stuff. And guys, I used to be a runner. You know, I chunk out there 4 miles at wide open, never even thought about it. My little fat butt can't do it now. I couldn't run to the barn. I'd sling my ankles out or something if I didn't die from breathing. I jogged up the hill from Tanya's the other day, guys, and when I got here, I had to stand at the door and breathe before I could walk up the steps to get in the house. Yep, I absolutely agree, guys. I absolutely agree. Yep. Oh. But, you know, that's just part of it. I don't know, you guys, a lot of you guys know who Dez is. Peaceful Dez. Well, she and I have been talking about it, and we may try to come up with a spot somewhere between, she lives in Tallahassee, Florida, which is what, 4 hours, 5 hours away from me? I don't know, something like that. We've been trying to think up a spot that we could go to between the two, and maybe do a weekend meetup for people, you know, just meet and greet, come in and have a good time and camp if they want to, find a place. So we're talking about it. We might talk something up before it's over with. We're supposed to be going to Pedals here next month. So, and Haley's going to have her baby next month. So, and Pedals and her baby are right there the same doggone weekend when her baby is. Hopefully it won't be born until I get back. I guess if she goes in labor, I'll be leaving Pedals and coming back home, guys. Oh. When she graduated from school and went on stage to get her diploma, she said, I did it, and got a standing ovation. I'm so glad. That is wonderful. That is wonderful. Yeah. So exciting for these kids. Yeah. Oh, Lordy, Lordy. Let's see what else has been going on, guys. Got out there and wormed all the goats, guys. And all the sheep and goats. Let's put it that way. I wormed the goats one day, and then I went back and wormed the sheep. And I think I got all of them but one. And the thing is I didn't get all their tags wrote down because I was fighting to catch them up and try to put that wormer in their mouth and make them swallow it and all. So I did not get it all done. So I got one that I think I missed out on. The thing is I don't know which one it was. So I guess we'll watch and see which one of them gets poor looking. When it gets poor looking, I'll reworm it if it hadn't been wormed, because that's probably the one that hadn't been wormed. I was planning on going this weekend to the sale and taking the boy sheep, the little boys from this year's births. And, well, all of this come up with the car torn up. So I guess I won't be going nowhere. Yes, Chrissy, I am so excited. I am hoping between me and Haley's mother-in-law and Tanya works during the day, that we can watch the baby while Haley goes back to work. She cleans houses for a living. She has her own little business, plus she works for a lady. So she has several houses that she does a week for herself. And then she works for a friend of hers, mother, that has a cleaning business. And the lady pays her a set amount each week that she works for her. And so she knows that she's going to make that amount of money every week regardless. So that's great, to be able to do that. Yeah, these babies, Tanya, they had a baby shower yesterday, and I done been to, baby showers. I'm baby showered out. These baby showers go on and on nowadays. When I was a kid, when I come up and my children were born and you got a gift, it had one little outfit in it, or maybe a set with lotion and baby powder and a brush or something like that, Nowadays, man, they get buckets of stuff. They get 4 or 5 outfits and, just unreal amounts of stuff. But I was so excited. One group that Haley worked with took up, I think it was at the church that she worked at. They took up some money, guys, and sent her a gift card. She took that gift card and got one of those little bracelets that you put on the baby's ankle. And it'll fit it up to like a year and a half old or whatever. And you put it on there at night for the baby. And that way, if it were to, the baby's heart should stop beating or it should stop breathing, it monitors all that. But it will set off an alarm and, like if they're in the bed asleep or something. So I was really proud that they got that. The Crockers had a baby, a little girl named Reagan. That's pretty. I haven't even, I saw her the last time I saw her, she was big as Bub. Bless her heart. I know she was ready for it to be over with. So I know they are excited. Got their little angel in there. So cool. Maybe the only grandkid that family gets. It doesn't look like any of the other 2 boys are going to do anything for them. Oh, she said she saw their video earlier. I'll have to check that one out because I hadn't looked at it lately. But anyway, yeah, it was so funny. But absolutely, Casper, guys, has absolutely. What's the C for? I know that's true. That's an old joke, guys. We were riding horses at Southport over in Tennessee, and I don't know if you guys know where that is, but we were riding horses, and one of Bob's nephews was there. And we were all up on our horses, and we used to have Bloody Marys and whatever in the mornings, and we'd be out there, standing around waiting for the ride to start and doing breakfast or whatever, and we had the horses saddled, and we were standing there, and Brad says, "Hey, Carol, I had my horse freeze branded, so it leaves a white freeze brand instead of that burned, flash from the hot irons." Anyway, guys, so I have it's a C and a lightning thing. It's lightning C. And he said, "Hey, Carol, what's the C for?" I just looked at him. The horse is named Lightning. Duh. Everybody in the group just cracked up laughing. So that's been a long-standing joke with us. Every time we see him or anybody around it, it's, "Hey, girl, what's the C for?" Chrissy said she didn't think she slept for the first year of her kid's life. With my first child, that kid was up every 45 minutes for the first year of her life. I mean, absolutely. You talk about give out and trying to work or whatever. I mean, it was like you were drooping. My husband's boots smelled so bad. He had bad foot odor, and we'd put powder in them and everything. One morning, his boots were so bad, and I was in there trying to. Back then, I was trying to breastfeed. It was the first time around. You don't know what the heck you're doing. She was little, and them boots were right there smelling so bad. It was cold. I mean, it was freezing cold. I opened that door and put his boots out on the front porch. The next morning, his boots were froze when he got up to go to work. He was so mad at me because he had to have those hard-toed boots for his job. But we laughed about that later on, about his boots being so bad I had to put his boots out on the porch. Oh. So, yeah, babies, it scares you to death. And every time they make a sound, you think, what was that? Well, they got the little monitors. I had bought them a monitor. Well, I had bought them a monitor that they could hear what was going on. Well, then she had on her wish list that she'd like to have one of those with the camera. So this camera, I bought them one that had the camera on it. And it works great all out in their yard, their back shop and everything. So I said, well, at least if the baby's taking a nap, you can take this monitor with you and see what's going on. If the baby wakes up or goes to moving around, you won't just hear what's going on. You'll actually be able to see it. So that's good. Well, I was real proud of that. And she said it works great. They've checked it out and got it ready, They're ready. Bless her heart. She's had her bag packed now for 2 months. I think she's ready for this to be a get it over with, guys. Chrissy said her best friend's driving from Florida to North Carolina to pick up 2 horses. She's 70, but plans to keep riding till they put her in the ground. I don't blame her. I wish I had kept up. If Lightning hadn't have gotten sick and I had to stay off of him for a long time with his foot foundering so bad, I would still be riding. But after I got off of him, and then I went through the problems with the lupus, and I had the problems, I'd already had the breast cancer and all, and I had all those problems. My lupus flared up there. About the time he got better, I was having a lot of problems with that. And so it was over about a 1.5 year period that he didn't even get rode. I still ride him once in a blue moon, guys. I need to video a ride with him because it's a lot of fun. I still love it. And he loves it. It was so funny. Joey got the wagon out, the little 2-bumper pull that we have now. And he went and hooked it up and brought it to the house. And he said Lightning come running up from the bottom field and went to hollering. He thought he was getting to go somewhere. Oh, Chrissy says she's not sure if she can get on a horse anymore. Well, I'm still pretty strong in my arms, girl, but I can get them knees up there, and then I can pull myself the rest of the way if I can reach that horn. So, yeah, I'm the same way. My knees are shot now. I have no strength in my knees. If I had to depend on my knees to get on my horse, I probably couldn't get on neither. And the last time I rode for about 2.5 hours, my absolute butt was killing me. You know, I don't have no butt at all. All my fat went to my belly. It didn't none of it go to my butt. I have no butt. I'm like these guys you see that straight down. Mine's about that way too, guys. Chrissy, sounds like your friend would be right up my alley. That's all the folks that I rode with for so many years. I still get messages from them. Some of them are still riding, and I think, dang, I could still be going. I could still be going, but I don't know. You know, I could probably still go, just not ride as far as I used to because we did some really long rides, guys. But anyway. But Lightning's out of shape, my old butt's out of shape too. So I guess we just gonna cruise around here in the yard and in the fields back here and maybe over to the lake every once in a while, and we're gonna call it a day. Well, guys, we have been told we have 5 minutes left. Actually, it's 3 minutes left. And oh, cool. Amy just sent me a picture of her friend. Okay, Amy, I'll check it in a minute. But anyway, guys, I want to thank y'all so much for coming in every day. Y'all hit that thumbs up, if you will, when you go out. I appreciate y'all. Please keep coming back. Y'all make my day just coming in and talking to me on Monday nights and commenting on my videos when I put one out and all. It's just a lot of fun. So please check us out. Like I say, I'll try to get another video out tomorrow. Probably may not be tomorrow. It may be the day after, but I'm working on it, guys. I've got it in queue, got everything up there. I've got to go get a couple of more pictures outside to get it going. But y'all have a great weekend, holiday weekend coming up, and we'll hopefully see you guys all next week. Stay safe. Love you guys, and be nice to people out there that you don't know, because we don't know what's going on with them. Life is very complicated now. Some of these people, we had some guy right here in the same exit that I live off of, got killed here just a few weeks ago from road rage. Some guy got mad at him, said he cut him off or something. He just pulled out a gun, rode up to him, and shot him. It's just ridiculous. You just can't speak. Life is not like it used to be. Let's just say that. It's a lot different. They're complaining about the president sending out the National Guard, but they're going to have to do something. Doesn't seem like the local popos are doing any good around here lately. Or they've got their hands full anyway. So, guys, y'all be sweet. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Love y'all so much, and just love chatting with y'all this week. And we'll see y'all all next week. Y'all be sweet, and we'll check out the channels, the new channels, the new folks in here. So we're going to get on out of here. We only got 2 minutes left, and we'll get out of here a minute or two early and let somebody else comes in behind me. We'll see y'all. Jovita, you're getting to bed, girl, and get you some sleep. 4 o'clock in the morning comes early, don't it? We'll see y'all. I love you guys. Bye.